Shazam! Fury of the Gods, much like its predecessor, is once again directed by David F. Sandberg. It once again stars the ever-so-charismatic Zachary Levi as our title character. And it also brings new actors into the fold, like the legendary Helen Mirren, Lucy Liu, and Rachel Zegler. Bestowed with the powers of the gods, Billy Batson and his fellow foster kids are still learning how to juggle teenage life with their adult superhero alter egos. But when a vengeful trio of ancient gods arrives on Earth in search of the magic stolen from them long ago, our heroes get thrust into a battle for their superpowers, their lives, and what else? The fate of the world. Now, this movie will certainly retain all of the good production elements from its predecessor, especially seeing as how David F. Sandberg is once again involved in this bad boy. And it's gonna retain the charm from its leading actor. Zachary Levi, I feel like in real life, just seeing him in interviews, he seems like a really nice guy. And just watching him through 2 movies now, just watching him do his work as Shazam, it really feels like he's having so much fun. His energy that he's throwing into every single piece of dialogue that he has is absolutely infectious. Looks like he was having a great time playing off of Helen Mirren, who is really imposing and menacing in this film. It goes without saying that Helen Mirren is a legend, and the fact that she's looking at Shazam and she's like, that's the superhero I want to attach myself to. I don't know, I mean, different tastes for different people, but I feel like it's pretty telling if Helen Mirren is endorsing this thing. Lucy Liu, I also think, is incredibly badass in this movie. She has a big fire-breathing dragon, which you hear Shazam in the trailer refer to her as Khaleesi, which honestly isn't really much of a spoiler. That thing is so freaking cool. The show stealer to me, however, was Rachel Zegler. She just brings so much warmth to this role. There's a very nice likability to this character. And I don't know if it's just Rachel Zegler as a performer, because I love her in West Side Story also. She actually, thinking about it, might be my favorite part of that movie. But she just seems so calm, cool, and collected every single time you see her in frame. She's really freaking wonderful in this movie. Definitely look out for Rachel Zegler to become a household name sooner rather than later. All of our young actors return from the previous Shazam movie, and they do some really good work in here. Although I'm starting to feel like this movie is suffering from the Stranger Things effects, where these kids are appearing way older than they are portrayed to be. And yeah, I suppose it's been 4 years since the previous Shazam movie, so this is bound to happen. But all these kids are written to be in high school. They look like they're all at least college age, which is starting to get into my issues here. Now, if you look at the previous Shazam movie, how old are these kids? Around 10, 11 years old, right? And a lot of the humor and the charm from the previous Shazam movie is this grown-up Zachary Levi acting like he's 10 years old. It's part of the reason why I love Big so much. It's one of Tom Hanks' first big roles. If anybody's never seen Big before, what the heck are you waiting for? But that first Shazam movie reminded me a lot of Big. It's like if Big was a comic book movie, essentially. So then when you get this sequel, you would think that Billy Batson has matured a little bit, right? But Zachary Levi is portraying this role exactly like he did in the first film. And I don't know if this was a miscommunication or what have you, but it came off really distracting to me. Like, is this kid supposed to be 18 years old, or is he supposed to be 9? Really just kind of takes you out of it. And the writing for this movie, especially as you get closer to the end, because, let's face it, the DCEU is pretty much in limbo as the peaceful transfer of power to James Gunn takes place. Let's face it, we don't know the state of a lot of these characters that we grew up with in the Snyderverse. Sure, a lot of their fates have been determined. Henry Cavill is not returning as Superman, not even getting The Rock back as Black Adam, which is preposterous. So needless to say, my expectations were pretty darn low for Shazam! Fury of the Gods. And I was enjoying myself for the most part. But then when you get to this third act and this big gigantic finale and this big beam in the sky, it really kind of started to grate on my nerves. I don't want to get too deep into spoilers or anything about why that is. Number one, there is a blatant product placement. Probably the most obvious product placement I've seen in a movie in... God, I don't even remember the last time this annoyed me. Like, my word. One of these characters says the tagline to this product at least a half dozen times in this whole third act. And I'm like, I get it. I like this product already. You don't have to sell it to me. And I think this movie, for a couple of reasons, suffers from the Batman v Superman syndrome, which is honestly, thinking in hindsight, it's ironic I'm saying that to you guys right now. Because just like Batman v Superman, The marketing gives away a huge cameo, just like this one does. If anybody has not seen the TV ads for Shazam Fury of the Gods, you're welcome that I'm not giving it away. But this cameo is not only given to you for free in a commercial, but it's also incredibly wasted. Because when you think back after you watch Shazam Fury of the Gods and the impact that this character had, it's like you come in and it's a kind of a Deus Ex Machina in a lot of ways. But that brings me into my other issue with this ending. They make a very, very bold choice towards the end of this film, just like Batman v Superman does. And annoyingly so, just like Batman v Superman, Shazam Fury of the Gods very quickly backs away from that choice via Deus Ex Machina. And then once you see how the movie concludes and the given circumstances that you're given at the end, what's really changed? From the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, there's only one little thing that's really changed about these characters. And this whole Deus Ex Machina basically comes in and resets all the changes. So like, I mean, I don't know, guys. This movie, I don't want to say it's a waste of time or anything like that, because I certainly did enjoy myself for the most part. I think you certainly have the charm there. Rachel Zegler is stealing the show like nobody else. So do I think this is a bad movie? Absolutely not. Even though I do think that there are 30 comic book movies at the very least that are better than this one. So does that mean that Shazam Fury of the Gods is a good movie? I'm actually not sure how to answer that one. I'm going to let you guys go to the theater this weekend and figure it out for yourselves. But as far as this movie goes and how it stands by itself in the grand scheme of things in the DC universe, I don't know. I mean, The Flash is supposedly set to reset everything, but I think they had an opportunity to make some bold choices in Shazam Fury of the Gods that they were teasing us, and they just wound up not doing them. So I think overall, this movie is not going to be super ultra memorable, especially when it comes to the wide multitude of comic book movies you're getting in 2023. But I didn't hate my life watching it either. I'm going to give Shazam Fury of the Gods a C+. It exists. But let me know what you think of Fury of the Gods down in the comments section below. And let me know what your favorite DC Universe movie is up to this point. As always, I love discussing all new things in cinema and entertainment. And you guys are all invited to the party. Please do become a subscriber. Tap on that notification bell so you don't miss another second of the action. And please do hit that thumbs up on your way out. That's a humongous help to the channel. Guys, stay tuned for more exciting videos hitting this channel very, very soon. Looking forward to reviewing John Wick 4 next weekend, and I'm hearing a lot of great things about it already. Y'all are the best, guys. Thank you so much for your continued support, and continue loving the movies. With all that being said, Back Talk, commence.